I want to provide just a little bit of information on the assignment for this module. At this module, we've looked at defining engagement. We looked at several scenarios, and the book actually has more scenarios that you can look at. And so what I want you to do for the assignment is to develop basically your own scenario on something that you've taught in your classroom that integrates technology. Okay, so this is going to be a written work that you produce on this, and it's going to include the following things. Make sure you have grade level, subject, lesson title, just to give me some background information. And then just a brief synopsis of the lesson, including the learner goals. And take a look at those examples in the book, because that's exactly what yours kind of needs to look like. And then we're going to answer those 3 engagement questions. So I really want you to honestly and reflectively think about how the technology was used within your lesson and answer those 3 questions, providing good detail about why or why not your activity and how you've integrated technology meets those questions. And then finally, you're going to close with how could you improve the lesson to foster more engagement in student learning. So provide several examples of what you could do to kind of modify your lesson to do that. I want to give you a couple examples, okay? Make sure you look at that sample scenario. This is going to be typically 3 to 4 sentences describing what the activity is that the students are going to do, just giving me a snapshot of what it looks like when you're doing that lesson. And then what's the learning goal? This is critical, right? Because we're going to constantly be focusing on that learner goal. So what is the final outcome you want students to have? That's an example that we looked at in the textbook. And then make sure you really look at that grading rubric, because this is what I'm going to use to evaluate your work, okay? And it's broken down in pretty good detail for you here, so you really know what I'm looking for. So that synopsis is going to be easy to understand, description of the activity, the learning goal is going to be identified. When you answer those 3 engagement questions, I'm really going to be looking at detail, honest reflection of how you're analyzing student engagement within that lesson, okay? And then on the reflection and improvement of the lesson, I really want to see 2 or 3 examples of how you'd modify the activity to improve engagement. Maybe utilizing a different tool, maybe utilizing a different strategy that you've read about in the textbook. So how do you see improving on that lesson? Okay. If you have any questions, remember you can always email me at kstewart@pittstate.edu.